Here's something that might surprise you. Over 3 million travelers visited Vietnam last year, and a huge chunk of them had no idea their eVisa could get rejected for the tiniest mistake, like uploading a blurry passport photo. Seriously, one pixelated forehead, and your Vietnam dreams might be postponed. Vietnam is breathtaking. From chaotic street food heaven in Saigon to the ancient lantern-lit streets of Hoi An. But let's be real. Getting there legally and smoothly starts with that golden ticket, your eVisa. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or a first-timer who just found Vietnam on a top places to visit list, the visa process can feel like decoding an ancient scroll. That's why today, I'm breaking down the top 10 most asked questions about Vietnam's eVisa system. No fluff, no legal jargon, just clear answers, straight talk, and a couple laughs along the way. 1. Do I even need an eVisa to visit Vietnam? All right, let's start with the big question. Do you even need an eVisa to visit Vietnam? Well, it depends on your nationality. Citizens from some countries can actually enter Vietnam without a visa at all, for a limited time. Visa-free countries include Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, France, Germany, the UK, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and many others. If you're from one of those countries, you might be allowed to stay up to 45 days visa-free. Pretty great, right? But if your country isn't on that list, or if you're planning to stay longer, the Vietnam eVisa is your best option. I dropped the link for the Vietnam visa exemption in the description. Please check it. The good news is, the eVisa process is simple, online, and now even better than before. It's valid for up to 90 days. You can choose single or multiple entry, and it's available to citizens of all countries and territories. So, unless you're on that short visa-free list, applying for an eVisa is the easiest, most straightforward way to visit Vietnam today. 2. How long does it take to get a Vietnam eVisa approved? Let's talk about the waiting game, because nothing tests your patience like booking your flight before your visa gets approved. So, how long does it actually take? The official word from Vietnam's immigration department is 3 working days. Yep, Monday through Friday minus Vietnamese holidays. But here's the kicker, that's not guaranteed. In reality, I've seen approvals land in 24 hours. And I've also seen travelers twiddling their thumbs for a full week. Why? Because if your application's missing details, your photo looks like a potato or you applied during Tet, Vietnamese Lunar New Year, you're in for a longer ride. And just between us, Vietnam's visa system isn't exactly the Formula One of processing speeds. Think more leisurely scooter pace. Apply at least 7 days before your flight. Seriously, give yourself that buffer. And once you hit submit, you'll get a registration code. Don't lose it. It's like your golden ticket to check status or download your visa later. Bottom line, yes, it's usually quick, but don't roll the dice on your vacation. Plan smart, apply early.
3. Which nationalities are eligible and which aren't? Let's clear up a big one. Who can actually apply for a Vietnam eVisa? As of August 15, 2023, Vietnam has opened its eVisa program to all nationalities and territories. That's right, whether you're from Canada, Cameroon, or the Cook Islands, you can now apply online for a Vietnamese eVisa. This is a significant shift from the previous policy, which limited eVisas to citizens of just 80 countries. Now the door is wide open for travelers worldwide. And no, this isn't a drill, or a travel blogger's wishful thinking. It's official policy. The eVisa is valid for 90 days and allows for multiple entries, giving you ample time to explore Vietnam's diverse landscapes and cultures. And yes, even if your passport has seen better days, as long as it's valid for at least 6 months, you're good to go. Always check the official Vietnam eVisa website for the most current information and to start your application process. So, if you've been dreaming of Vietnamese adventures, now's your chance. The eVisa process is more accessible than ever.
4. What's the biggest reason eVisas get rejected? Okay, here's a travel nightmare nobody wants. Spending hours planning your trip, buying the flights, booking the hotel, only to get this email. Your eVisa has been denied. So, what gives? What's the #1 reason people get the digital door slammed in their face? Answer: bad documentation. We're talking blurry passport photos, low-res scans, selfies with filters, cropped pages, or, believe it or not, duck face expressions. Yeah, Vietnam's immigration officials aren't fans of Instagram glam. Your passport photo needs to be clear, well-lit, and with a neutral face, on a white background. No hats, no sunglasses, no beach vibes. And your passport scan? Make sure the entire info page is visible, corners and all. If part of your passport is missing, they'll think you're hiding something. I once saw a guy upload a photo of his passport, taken on the floor, with his bare foot in the shot. Guess who didn't make it to Da Nang? Look, this is your one shot to make a good first impression. Think of your visa photo as your Tinder profile for border security. Keep it clean, sharp, and drama-free. 5. Can I enter Vietnam through any airport or border? Here's a super common question, especially for travelers planning their route carefully. Can you enter Vietnam through any airport or border with an eVisa? Good news? Yes, you can. eVisa holders are allowed to enter and exit Vietnam through 42 designated international border gates, and that includes all international airports, like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, and even Phu Quoc. And here's something even more convenient. You don't have to stick to the same one. For example, you could fly into Ho Chi Minh City and later exit through Phu Quoc, or a land border like Moc Bai. Totally fine, as long as it's one of the approved entry or exit points. Just make sure, when you apply for your eVisa, you select your intended port of entry correctly. If your plans change after the visa is issued, it's usually okay to enter at a different approved point. But check for the latest updates before your flight, just to be safe. So, whether you're landing in a major city or hopping islands, the Vietnam eVisa gives you the flexibility to enter and exit through a wide range of ports. Just stick to the official list, and you're set. 6. How long can I stay on an eVisa and can I extend it? So, you're in Vietnam. You've eaten all the pho, wandered through ancient temples, and fallen in love with the lantern-lit streets of Hoi An. And now? Your 90 days are almost up. You're not ready to leave. Now what? Vietnam's updated eVisa is a game changer. As of August 2023, you can stay for up to 90 days on a single eVisa. And get this, it now allows for multiple entries. But here's the twist. Can you extend it? Technically, yes. Realistically, it's a little complicated. As of now, there's no online system to extend your eVisa. That means no quick clicks or smooth digital renewals. You'll need to either work with a local travel agency, contact immigration directly, or leave the country and apply for a new eVisa, what we call a visa run. Yep, that means hopping over to Bangkok or Kuala Lumpur for a weekend, eating your weight in pad thai, then flying back with a fresh visa. Not the worst fate, honestly. Want to stay longer than 90 days? Plan ahead. Consider applying for a business visa or work with a Vietnam-based travel service that can help guide you through the extension maze. Vietnam's eVisa gives you 3 solid months of adventure, but if you want more, it takes a little extra planning, and possibly a noodle break in Thailand. 7. What happens if I overstay my visa in Vietnam? All right, let's talk about something that can turn your dream trip into a bureaucratic nightmare, overstaying your visa in Vietnam. So, what actually happens if you overstay? Well, Vietnam doesn't take kindly to uninvited extended stays. The consequences range from fines to potential deportation, depending on how long you've overstayed. If you've only overstayed by a few days, you can usually pay the fine at the airport upon departure. But for longer overstays, you'll need to visit the local immigration office, pay the fines, and possibly obtain an exit visa. Always keep track of your visa's expiration date. Set reminders. Mark your calendar. Do whatever it takes. Overstaying can not only cost you money, but also jeopardize your future travel plans. Remember, Vietnam is a welcoming country, but they expect visitors to respect their laws. So keep an eye on that visa expiry date and enjoy your stay responsibly. Can I work or volunteer while on an eVisa? All right, let's tackle a question that might be on your mind. Can you work or volunteer while on a Vietnam eVisa? The short answer, no. The eVisa is strictly for tourism, business meetings, or visiting relatives, not for employment or volunteering. Engaging in any work, paid or unpaid, without the appropriate visa and permits is considered illegal in Vietnam. Even if you're thinking, but it's just volunteering at a local school or NGO, it's still a no-go. To legally volunteer, you need a specific type of visa, often referred to as an NN3 visa, which requires sponsorship from a registered organization and approval from Vietnamese authorities. If you're caught working or volunteering without the proper authorization, you could face fines, deportation, or even a ban from re-entering Vietnam. So, while the eVisa opens doors for tourism and short business trips, it doesn't grant permission to work or volunteer. If you're planning to do either, make sure to apply for the correct visa type and obtain the necessary permits. 9. Can I apply for an eVisa inside Vietnam? Here's another popular question we get a lot. Can you apply for an eVisa while you're already in Vietnam? The quick answer, no, you can't. The Vietnam eVisa is designed for entry purposes only. That means you must apply for it from outside the country, and you'll use it to enter Vietnam, not extend your stay while you're already here. Think of the eVisa like a ticket to get in. Once you're in the venue, aka Vietnam, you can't use that same ticket to stay longer or re-enter. If you're already in Vietnam and want to stay longer, you'll need to look into visa extension or conversion options through the immigration department. And trust me, it's not always simple. If you're planning a long-term stay or multiple entries, consider applying for a different visa type from the beginning, like a DN1 for business or an LD for work, depending on your situation. So, bottom line, if you're already in Vietnam, you can't apply for a new eVisa from inside the country. Plan ahead, apply before you arrive, and if you need to stay longer, talk to a visa agent or local immigration office for the right path forward. And that's a wrap. We've just answered the top 10 questions about Vietnam eVisas, everything from where you can enter the country to whether it's safe to apply online. If you're planning your trip, remember this: apply early. Use the official government site. And always, double-check that all your information is correct before submitting. It's all about avoiding surprises and making your arrival in Vietnam smooth and stress-free. If this video helped you out, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and share it with a fellow traveler. And hey, if you've still got questions, drop them in the comments. We're here to help. Also, check the description below for a direct link to the official Vietnam eVisa website. No middlemen, no hidden fees, just the real deal. Thanks for watching. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.